So how do you actually use this information, everything that I've just shown you, to put on a specific trade? So this was Friday morning, just after 8:30 in the morning. So this is Friday, June the 10th. I'm going to show you specifically how everything I explained now is being put into a trade. I've shown you the charts, I've shown you the sequences, okay? I've underlined what is the catalyst. So we've looked at the chart, we've looked at the sequences. What is the catalyst? Well, the catalyst is the 830 CPI number, all right? And then, if you watched a lot of my other videos, you should know that we always want to trade in the opposite of the initial reaction. So here's the 830. What do we get? We get a bounce in gold, right? Naturally, right? What do you think? Man, well, high inflation, boom, okay? The initial reaction is higher on gold because generally it is considered to be doing extremely well in periods of inflation. Okay, but you don't want to just necessarily jump in right here on the call side of gold. So the first alert I'm sending you is this. You want to short gold on this bounce. So the first trade I'm sending you is this trade. If you're trading with me one-on-one, you know we're shorting gold. Exactly the opposite of what you would think, right? We're shorting gold. We're shorting gold on this bounce. So this bounce to $1,847 right here. This is where I'm giving you a trade to short gold. All right, and then I say some basic stuff, right? Just focus on GXY, which is USD. All right, keep things simple, okay? This is what's really gonna happen. Higher dollar means higher dollar means the market is gonna drop. So therefore, all of the puts that we're buying from prior day, I told you to stay with the puts and keep the SPY puts that expire Monday. We've cashed out of some to raise some capital for other trades, but overall, we're not changing our mind, okay? We're staying, dollar moves higher, we're staying higher, we're staying low with the market, and now we're trying to put on this trade on gold. So normally, dollar moving higher would mean what? Based on the general correlation I explained to you, normally gold would move lower. So this is the first part of the trade, boom, right here. The first part of the trade, we're shorting gold. Now, let me show you exactly what transpires. So trader one, okay, trader one, and this is about the importance of how I can give you the same information. One trader is going to result with a totally, entirely different outcome. And it all boils down to this: how committed you are, how prepared you are, okay? Are you wasting time instead of following and doing exactly what our strategy is for that day? So trader one, as you can see, I sent a message, hey, get 10K, 1840 gold puts, and I'm telling him to do it right here. So notice what the guy says. So apparently he's saying, I got $9,700 available to trade. I'm like, okay, I'm giving him the trade. Get 10K of 1840 gold puts. And notice what he's doing. He's not in a rush to execute the trade, all right? Like 2 minutes go by, 3 minutes go by. Look at what happens. I've given the trade at the top right here. Over here, this guy is still asking questions. I'm like, dude, you should be up 4K by now, right? And he's talking about, well, do I want him to put 9,700 in the trade? Do I want to, he's asking questions instead of focusing. Look, when you sign up with 13 Market Moves Coach, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. Just don't do it when the market is moving. Don't do it at 8:30 when the CPI number is announced. Don't do it at 8:45 when things are moving while the whole market is moving. This is the wrong time to ask questions, damn it. You execute. You sign up to trade with the 13 Market Moves Coach, you'd better execute as lightning fast as these trades are coming. You should know when to execute based off market price. You should know when to put an order at a limit price. I've been telling you all this information, okay? You would know all this information if you're trading with the 13 Market Moves coach. The only way you wouldn't know this if you weren't paying fucking attention. So pay attention now. So he's basically talking. Instead of taking the trade, things are moving fast, he's still talking. Well, a few minutes later, he's like, well, look, now between 8:46, where he should be already in the trade, look, now it's 8:51. It's 5 minutes go by. 5 minutes in terms of same day option expiration, guys. It's like years. It's like 5 years in regular life. Okay, so you can't be, all right, 5 minutes go by, the dude is still not into the trade. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And here's Trader 2. Trader 2, while the other guy is talking, Trader 2 nailed the entry. I gave him the trade. He is in 1840 puts. While the guy is still trying to take the trade, this guy is up 13,000. Okay, Trader 3. I got him slightly in a different strike because it was moving. He actually didn't have as good of an entry, but in 1835 strike puts right here, you can see this. He's in 1835 puts on gold. He's got 30 of them. 12.9. So Trader 3 is making 12,900. Trader 2 making over 13K. All right, Trader 1 still trying to figure out why he can't place the damn trade. So Trader 1, look, this keeps going. Guys, you cannot sign up to trade with 13 Market Moves coach, get certain instructions. Okay, Mike was in particular signed up this guy. So I'm like, hey, did Mike not tell you? At this point I find out, like, look, there's like, this is a waste of time. I shouldn't be asking you. We shouldn't be messaging back and forth. I mean, the market is moving. Why are we wasting time on this bullshit? Okay, I'm telling him, look, try to execute fast. All right, he apparently, what happened, the guy finally admits, I don't have my option, I don't have my futures account set up. How serious are you about trading? The last 5 videos I've said nothing besides like, listen, it's a 333 move. You better have your futures account set up. Let's go. How can you not have your futures account set up? How could you be dealing with this shit on Friday morning CPI number? That tells me this guy, he didn't pay attention to what I was saying in the last few videos. Okay, he didn't clearly. Mike told him to clear all his positions, so he's not just trading with 9,700 bucks. He's got kind of like over 30K, and he's just being cautious, guys. If you want to be cautious, fucking don't sign up. You already know where your strategy has gotten you, all right? And your account is not over 500, a million. Your account is certainly not over 5, 8, 10 million like some of our trading guys. So if you're not there, when you sign up to trade with 13 Market Moves, you'd better fucking listen. You don't send me a bunch of bullshit. Just get the shit done, okay? So Mike told him, if you sign up, clear all your positions. I don't want to be dealing with the positions that you've opened yesterday. Okay, if you got emotional commitment, if you got your own strategy, you reserve for that, I don't want to have anything to do with these trades. All right? I want to focus on what we're doing today. I don't want to be worried about, oh, you still haven't closed your position from yesterday because of this or this. You're going to call, you're going to talk to a coach here. They're going to tell you to clear all your account positions. If you want to trade your own trades, do it on another account. But let's focus here. You're signing up for coaching. You're signing up for a program. Let's clear all this stuff out and let's focus on fresh trades. So I told the guy, we want to start fresh and rock. Should be no emotional attachments to the old trades because that's going to mess with his psychology. Many guys don't understand, well, how can that hurt? Let's just take some trades with you. Guys, that's not a 100% commitment. I mean, you called in, you signed up, you know, the coach tells you clear up your trades the day before and you still haven't done it? You still haven't set up your futures account? Like, what are you doing? You're not taking this shit seriously. So basically, to help you understand the trade further. We switched the trade from gold puts into gold calls right here. So we got into gold puts right here. We've collected the profits on gold puts right here, close to the bottom. We didn't collect right at 1830, but like 1832, 1833, 1834 area right here. This is when we sold gold puts. And I waited for a couple of confirmations. When I saw the strong volume between 1833, 1836 area, we started buying gold calls right here. So understanding that, hey, this is the normal correlation. Dollar goes higher, gold drops. Trade in the opposite of the initial reaction. So this was the first part of the trade. It was done. Okay? Looking at the chart also would have helped you understand that this also coincided, or not far from, a general area of recent support in gold. And also knowing that in the history there was a time interval where gold and dollar lose their typical correlation, would have allowed you to switch directions here at the proper moment. So that's exactly what we did. So now we're in gold calls. Okay, now I'm telling everybody to be buying 1900 strike gold calls. If you're trading with me personally, we're all buying gold calls. So trader 2 now closed out his gold puts, and trader 2 now is up 55K. This is not gold puts, this is calls. He's now in 1845 strike calls. We're in calls on gold. Now trader 2, who was prepared, no text messages about any issues, problems, all this stuff. This guy, what is he doing? He's focusing on executing the trade. That's it. That's what we do on Fridays. We focus on execution. 1 minute difference could be a difference between you making 55 grand or missing on a 55 grand trade. So he got in right here. He got out right here. Okay. He got back now in the total opposite side of the trade on gold calls. And now he's in it. This is what trader 1. Trader 1 still cannot trade gold calls. He cannot, because his account is not properly set up, which he should have had done ahead of time. And we're starting to take some other trades. And at one point I tell him, as I told my other guys, to add Tesla puts. And Tesla puts is a bad trade for the day. It was a good trade from the day prior, because we're buying like 715 strike, 720, 690 strike. And so Tesla Thursday drops 40 points, then it drops another 40, 50 points. So at this point, depending on when your entry was, it was a good trade. Well, the entry here was not perfect. When the stock bounced, I'm telling this guy to add puts, to add more puts. And this is what he says: I don't feel comfortable. Leo, I don't feel comfortable. Guys, you don't come here to trade with 13 market moves to be comfortable. Let's get this shit straight, okay? You want to be comfortable? Do something else. Go trade with somebody else. Be on your couch. Do whatever the fuck you're doing now to trade, as long as you're comfortable. If your goal is to be comfortable, just keep doing whatever the fuck you're doing right now. But you already know how that worked for your account. So I don't want any guy that want to be comfortable trading with me. You're not going to be comfortable. As a matter of fact, the number 1 priority as your coach, anyone here at 13 Market Moves that you will trade, their number 1 priority is to make you feel uncomfortable. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to shift your trading from where it was, okay, to actually becoming a better trader. Trading should not make you feel comfortable. Adding to a position when your trade is against you should not make you feel comfortable. The question is, okay, are you 100% committed to our strategy of the day? It's a move 3, damn it. It's a move 3. On move 3, we don't fucking buy calls. What we do is we short the bounces. So if you want to be comfortable, by all means, go watch the news. If you want to grow your account, okay, make sure you understand when you sign up to trade with 13 Market Moves Coach, there's going to be a lot of times when you're going to be uncomfortable. And you should be ready, and you should be prepared for it. And you should be feeling uncomfortable if you're trying to get better. Anything. It doesn't have to do with trading. Anything, you want to start a business, but you're sitting on the couch on your ass. There's no way you're going to start a business. There's no way you're going to do anything. Your life is going to be the way it is right now unless you will get uncomfortable. So this is Trader 2 now, who didn't give a shit about being comfortable that day. Now he's up $75,000, and actually that's just on gold calls. And actually that's not an entire position because we've started scaling out a little bit because our target on gold was 1872 was our first target on gold for that day. And another target we had slightly higher that was not hit. And the options were running close to expiration. At that point, gold futures options expired at 12:30, so we had to make sure we're out of the trade by 12:30. So we started scaling out basically at 1872. We closed most of the positions at around 1874, 1875 area. So here's Trader 2 that is now up for the day 155K. Why? Because he didn't give a shit about being comfortable, because he had accounts set up right from the get-go, because he didn't argue with his coach, because he focused on what he's supposed to be focusing, which is executing, getting the best possible fill, lightning fast. When the market moves, we trade. We don't fucking talk, we trade. And here's Trader 3. He's up over, in this strike on gold calls, he's making 91,000. He's making another strike, another 44,000. So he's making about 140, 150K on gold calls altogether. The guy's up 266,000 for the day. Was he comfortable? Do you think he was comfortable the entire time? No, absolutely not. But that's what it took to get him to a $266,000 profit on Friday, June the 10th. So that's the trade. That's the difference, guys. If you want to trade, you have to give it 100% focus, guys. Recently, I posted a video about a guy who, started trading with me, and then the first day, he's down 30K, he's going for lunch, he falls asleep. He's like, you can't do that, all right? I'm going to tell you another quick story here because it's important that you understand what awaits you if you sign up, right? So this guy actually signed up last week, had about 7K in the account, and I gave him 2 trades and he didn't take them. And then he took the third trade. The first 2 trades would have made him 20,000, but he wasn't on board. He wasn't focused. He wasn't prepared. So he lost that day about $6,200, and so he ended up with $800. And so needless to say, the guy that just went from 7K to $800 now, he's going to be whining and bitching and crying, and he was. But I told him, look, man, I gave you the 2 trades that would have made you 20K. You didn't take them. Whose fucking fault is that? And so we were able to pass that, and we were able to get constructive again. I told him, look, we're going to trade with the $800. And so at that point, I'm not sure exactly what changed in his mind, but he decided to stay committed and do exactly what the hell 13 market moves told him to do. And so in 2 days, he was able to go from $800 to $30,000. All right, so this is his profit. You can see that he made $3,500 on oil puts with me. He's made $5,500. So the first trade on Thursday we took, he bought 397 strike puts on SPY with $800. I think he was able to get like around 15 contracts. And so he made $5,200. So his account went from 800 to like 6K. Then we took oil. We shorted oil. He made $3,500 on shorting oil with me, and utilizing options on oil futures. Then on gold, let's see, he bought 2 strikes on gold calls. And so he made $4,500 on this strike and $14,000 on this strike. So if you add up all these numbers, I mean, they basically add up to about 30K, less the $800 that he started with the day before. Now, at this point, okay, he gets a little bit overexcited. So as in the case with Trader One, he was questioning me, hey, Leo, do you really want me to put 10K in this trade? It's one trade and blah, blah. Guys, if I'm asking you to do something, okay, just do it. If a 13 market moves coach says, hey, do this, guys, understand, you're dealing with people here who have done it. We're not a YouTube channel, okay, that talks about, you know, well, here's an article that come out here, guys, and this is what they're talking about. Well, here's a newspaper, and then they're just doing highlights and giving their opinions about stuff about other people's opinions. These are not real traders. We have done this, okay? If I'm telling you, jump off a fucking building, it's good for you, fucking do it. And you're going to be starting to ask a bunch of questions instead of jumping off the building. And basically, what that's going to get you, that's going to get you killed. If I'm asking you to jump off the building, it's probably because I'm looking at all sets of criteria, and that's the only thing that's going to save your life. So if I'm telling you to jump in the trade or jump out of the trade, don't be asking 100 questions out of it, no matter how ridiculous it seems. I'm looking at 100 things that you're not focusing on in that moment. I've done my homework. We've studied the sequences. We've done all that stuff. So if a 13 market moves coach tells you something that looks absolutely ridiculous, get excited about it, because chances are, if it looks so ridiculous, the trade to you or the trade setup, that's probably going to be the trade that could make you 100K to 100K that day. That could take you from 800 to 30K that day. That's the kind of stuff you should be excited about. And later, when the market closes, you should be asking, well, why'd you ask me to jump off the building? How did you know it was going to save my life? It's simple, right? And you shouldn't be asking questions about it. Just get it done. We can talk at 4 p.m. when the market is done. So look at this. So this guy now is up from 800 to 30K. And basically, he gets a little overly excited, and I tell him, like, hey, I gave him the next trade, and instead of just putting 10K out of the 30K that he had, he goes in and puts everything. He puts whole 30K. I've never told him to do that, but apparently you would expect to get excited taking your account in 2 days from $800 to $30,000. And so at that point, the guy trusts me, he believes me, and even though I only told him to put 10K in this next trade, he goes and puts the entire fucking account in it. Now understand, I would not have you do that, okay? So as the result, that lost trade that would take ends up losing 50%. And so if he would have listened to me and only put 10K, he would have ended up with 25K. So literally he would have taken $800 to 25K in 2 days. But as a result, he puts his whole account, and so, you know, he ends up being at like 10, 11K. So huge difference. The point here, it's one mistake, right? So many perfect trades me and this guy take from 800 to 30K. And one mistake, just him just being too excited and again, not focused, right? I didn't send him a message saying, hey, put 30K in this trade. No, I said put 10K. So he goes ahead, puts 30K. As the result, one mistake like this, guys. All right, and he's back down to 10, 11K. So, and on top of that, look, he knows that, you know, hey, we got like 20 minutes to go here till expiration, and he's trying to freak out because, I mean, now he realizes, oh my God, well, there's a reason why Leo only told me to put 10K instead of 30K in this trade. And so now he's freaking out. He's sending me these emojis. These can be good. I don't know what this is, but I think that can be good. The guy's probably sitting either crying or tearing his hair out. And he's like, well, basically he hopes we have another hour left in the futures. I'm like, no, we got 20 minutes. And at that point, the futures are doing this. They're bouncing. So he's freaking out. I tell him, look, stay. Do not jump out. There's going to be a sharp move lower, so we get a 30-point drop. The situation is a lot better. Otherwise, if it would have jumped out earlier, it would have been a disaster for this guy. After all this hard work, taking perfect trade after perfect trade after perfect trade, one mistake, guys, one mistake cost this guy like close to 20K. So he's still up over the trade between the 2 weeks, but nowhere as much as he should have. And where did it all start, guys? It all started when the guy did not take the first 2 trades I have texted him. And so be prepared, guys. You cannot decide which trade you should take, which one you should not. You have to take all trades. All right. There's a reason why when you trade with me, unless your account is super, super small, there's a reason why I'm not going to give you just one trade. Okay. Most of the time, I'm going to give you 2 trades. There is also a reason why I'm not going to give you 15 trades and try to risk manage every trade. Forget about it. That shit is not going to work. So we focus just on a number of trades. In most instances, it'll never be just one trade. And you have to be 100% on point. You know, if a coach texts you, hey, put 2K in the trade, do that. Don't ask why, how. At the moment, you can ask after 4 p.m. when the market is closed. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't be asking a shitload of questions in the middle of a trading day where the market is moving. That's the point. We'd be happy to answer any questions, guys. Not a problem. But not while the market is moving. You should be focused on executing. 1 minute could cost you a ton of money. It could cost you a ton of profits on a trade. So most of the time what happens is I give the guy a trade and then the trade starts moving in certain instances too fast while the market is moving. And then he's like, oh my God, it's already down 20 points. I missed the trade. You're like, exactly my point. I gave you this trade 3.5 minutes ago. Why didn't you get in? Right? And then the second trade we take may not be as good of a trade. So you have to take trade and not by, oh, whoa, this is one trade that didn't work. You have to look at it as a sequence of trades. The sequence of trades, not one trade. Look at it in a sequence of trades. We take 100 trades together. Okay, there's going to be some trades you're going to be losing your ass on. There's going to be some trades that are going to be phenomenal home runs. And a lot of it also depends what type of market conditions you have. Because again, sometimes correlations are strong. Sometimes they're at a pivotal point where futures are mispriced. You can do some 20x trades. In some moments, okay, the correlations are just fade and the market is sideways and there's just nothing going on. And so depending on what type of market you got to go after these home runs when the market is moving. And the last thing you want to do is show up unprepared, unfocused, when you get clearly a specific message, what you should be taking and executing. You know, I mean, I've had stuff even like guys mistyping ticker symbols. I'm trying to give them a trade on natural gas futures, which would be /NG, and some guy goes and buys calls on NG, the stock, which is like a $6 stock. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So that person clearly never looked through other videos. He doesn't understand even the difference between NG stock symbol and /NG natural gas futures, which we would trade options on. So guys, one mistake, all right? This is not my mistake. This is his mistake. Understand, if you trade with me, okay, there's gonna be some of these situations. We have to correct them. But guess what's the best way to handle situations like this? Is never make these mistakes in the first place. And it has to do with you. So let's address this right now so you can be prepared for next week. So you may think you're 100% committed and prepared, but are you? The question is, if you think you're 100% committed to trading with the 13 Market Moves coach, the question, why isn't your futures account still not set up? Why is that? All right, and if you're already trading with a coach, George was telling me like, hey, I had a guy who just kept arguing with me. Like, I'm giving him a trade and he just, guys, stop it. Why are you arguing with a trader who has done it, Who has taken a 5K account to 100K multiple times? Who has taken a 100K account to 500, a million plus multiple times? Why would you argue? Okay, what are your stats? Okay, have you taken an account from 5K to 100K even once in your lifetime? So why don't you just, when you sign up, you just focus and you listen. And the most important critical component that you can do on your side to make sure that we are successful together is bring Navy SEALs mentality. All right, bring Navy SEALs mentality. All right, be strong mentally, be coachable, be ready to be a part of the team. We're doing this together. Okay, only Navy SEALs mentality allowed here at 13 Market Moves. All right, if you don't have it, okay, guys, you should go trade somewhere else. You should be a part of them goofy, what do people do? They sign up and then there's like a chat where they scroll and they talk between each other. Like don't be a part of that. Like, I know these guys that take their time to do that, they're not successful. They spend so much time chatting and sending messages while the market is moving. I know these guys are not making any fucking money. So don't be one of these guys. Okay, don't be sign up to some of these groups and sit there and communicate with other traders all day long. What is that going to do for you? Look at the size of your account. Have you taken 50K to $1 million? No, you haven't. So shut the fuck up and learn when you come to 13 Market Moves. Now, you may think that you're ready to trade with 13 Market Moves. You may think, just like some Navy SEALs that are ready, some guys that are ready to go be a Navy SEAL. Okay, most of them find out that they're not ready. You will sign up with the 13 Market Moves coach. You're probably going to find out that you're not ready. So, but here's some things to consider how you could improve before you actually make a decision to trade with a 13 Market Moves coach. All right. So number one, again, is the Navy SEAL mentality. But as far as the technical part, guys, you should study all the courses. All right. You want to be a Navy SEAL? 1,200 push-ups a day. Damn. Okay. Like, that's what they make them do. I mean, in the area of trading, I would say, take all the courses from 13 Market Moves, so you have an idea when you look at the chart, what is that you need to be looking at. So look at 100, so take all the courses so you can look at 50 to 100 charts a day so you would know what the hell you're looking at. And when you're taking the courses and when you watch some of these videos, okay, take notes, guys. Guys that take notes will get better statistically much faster than guys that just sit and listen. I mean, if you're on your couch right now, relax, watching this video, guys, get up, sit at your table, take some notes. You should be able to spend your time wisely if your goal is to get better as a trader. Don't just sit there, take notes. Take at least a couple of pointers from each video that you can observe the market tomorrow. You could see, okay, I see now what he's talking about. I see like how I could have done this or I could have done that, and I see how I could have had a successful trade. All right. Point number two, don't come here unprepared. All right, meaning get your account set up. All right, this is not a kindergarten. All right, where your mommy, daddy going to drop you off and you're just going to come out here and have fun drawing shit with other kids. All right, come prepared. Have your account set up for trading futures. I told you, if you're a real trader, okay, cash accounts don't work because you can't capture fast-moving markets. As a trader, you should be excited about fast-moving markets. That's what makes you the money. With a cash account, I would say you're like an 80-year-old grandma, all right, watching a TV show from 1950s. All right, that's what you are if you got a cash account. Correct that now. You don't want to be trading like an 80-year-old grandma. All right, 3, when you sign up with the 13 Market Moves coach, don't waste time talking when the market is moving. Your goal is to execute. Execute, damn it. Get it done, okay? If the spread is low, we buy at market. When we trade and SPY, buy at market. If the trade is something like a BKNG, where it's got a huge spread, we put at the mid. We buy at the mid. Guys, you should know all these things, all right? Then focus. There should be no excuses. right? Focus 100%. One mistake could cost you, $50,000. On the upside, it could also cost you $50,000 because you're still taking the trade even though the entry is not so good. One mistake, guys, you cannot afford not to focus when you're trying to build, especially a smaller size account. So cut all the noise, cut everything, focus. And guess what? Life happens. You have family, you have other things, you have businesses you're running, all that stuff, okay? Get better. Get better at managing all of them, all right? Get up a little earlier, go to sleep a little later, okay? Go work out extra a couple of times a week. Get your shit together. All right, take all trades or take none. So don't come here trying to trade with a coach and be like, well, I like this trade, I don't like this trade. All of my trades, I'm gonna put $1,000 and all that kind of stuff. Guys, listen, you're here to learn, all right? If you're gonna follow, okay, 100%, ask questions when the market is not moving. If you're gonna do what you're supposed to be doing, if you're taking the 13 Market Moves course, you're supposed to be sitting there every day on your calendar. You should be marking the moves. You should be marking the moves on the VIX, the 13 market moves. What's the VIX move? What's the market move on the S&P 500 today? You should be observing that. You should be creating your sequences on your calendar so you understand what sequence it is. And if you're trading with 13 Market Moves coach, you want to double check the move or what's happening or how to read it until you get a hand of it to be able to do it on your own, then do it. But it starts with you. Go get a calendar today and start drawing the moves, start acknowledging them, start understanding how things are correlated so you can catch some of these pivotal moments in the market. And so when you're ready to sign up, guys, clear all the existing trades, all right? I don't know why you took certain trades yesterday. I'm not going to have time for you to explain me. I'm not going to babysit your trades. Don't be signing up with another coach here and then asking, well, what should I do with this trade? What should I do with this one? I don't know. I don't know what was your strategy when you took that trade. I don't know what was your time frame for doing that trade. I don't know what was the main foundation. What were you looking in the chart when you're taking the trade? What catalyst you were targeting? You're asking me. You should know. You took the trade. So clear all your trades out so we can start fresh and rock. And in final, guys, I would say the difference between a guy that's losing 15K is he thinks he's committed, but he's not. Okay, he thinks he's ready, but he's not. He thinks he already knows some things about trading, but there is a reason why his account at wherever it's at now. There is a reason why he is not taking advantage of the market opportunities because his account is not even set up for trading futures. How can you capture the biggest market moves when they happen in after hours or pre-market when you don't even have your account set up properly to be able to participate in those market moves? How could you have the patience not to jump in and buy calls on a move that is highly bearish if you don't know the sequences on the VIX, if you don't know the sequences on the dollar, if you're not paying attention to the gold divergence, if you're not paying attention to the sequence on NASDAQ, the sequence on Dow Jones, the sequence on S&P 500? Where would you get your confidence? From listening to the news? These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, their trading time is like way out there. And the reason why most of them that show up on CNBC, for example, they'll tell you, well, a trading horizon is 5 years, because they ain't got a clue what's going to happen tomorrow. They don't have a clue what's going to happen today. They have to have a 5-year time horizon because that's the only way they can possibly get some shit right. So if you want to improve your trading, guys, maybe you should watch this video one more time. Maybe it's a little bit lengthy. I don't care. I try to communicate to you what I think is important. If you're here to learn, I hope you learned something today. And again, this is not for everybody, but the trading contest is still on. We're giving away 100K in Bitcoin. If you trade with 13 Market Moves Coach by the 17th, turn your account from 50K to $1 million. Got some guys well on the way to do that. And the key component that could help you get there is the psychology of trading, guys. So I'd say the most important reason why you should trade with the 13 Market Moves Coach, if maybe you understand a little bit about the charts. Maybe you understand a little bit about the moves. Maybe you understand, and maybe even your execution is good when you trade on your own, right? But you lack the psychology. You lack the courage to maybe stay with the trade through 3:59 p.m., right? And if you studied the moves, for example, in the last couple of days, like on Thursday, the biggest move came in the last 30 minutes of trading. So if you don't have the perseverance because you're looking, oh my gosh, this contract's going to expire in 30 minutes. Oh my God, I got to get out. You get out at 3:30. By 4 p.m., if you had your positions, you would have been up extra $70,000. But get what? You're already out of them. 30 moves can make this much of a difference. If you stick to the move, you have a chance to beat the market. But your psychology will play mind games with you. The market will play mind games with you guys. So if you really want to improve, okay, sign up to trade with a 13 Market Moves coach and put as your number one goal, before the chart recognition, before the 13 Market Moves recognition of sequences and the catalysts and correlations, your number one goal is to benefit from understanding your psychology. And for everyone, it's going to be different, but your coach is here to help you point out some things. Because if I'm trading with you, for example, I know I discover certain patterns about you and the way you psychologically respond to some trades, some alerts, some positioning, some losses. All of that could be combined in a very powerful tool that you can use to your advantage just by recognizing what your psychological responses are to certain events and your account progression. And if you understand that very well, that's ultimately the stuff that sets you free. So all of this stuff, guys, that's on you. You got to do that. And you do this, all right, we're going to help you with this. And then you have a chance to be unstoppable. The sky's the limit. 13mmtv.com, guys. Get your courses today. Study the hell out of them. Get off your ass. Get off the couch. Okay, go for a 30-minute run. I mean, damn, go at least for a 10-minute run if you haven't run in 5 years or something. Go do something, all right? And be better prepared for tomorrow. I'll catch you guys in the next video soon. Wish everybody a great trading week ahead. Let's roll.